Okay guys, so we're going to go ahead and talk about the meat of our paper. So this is going to be paragraph number 2 and paragraph number 3. Paragraph number 2, I want you to focus on the similarities between Justin and Macbeth. So in order to do that, it's really important, make sure that you stick away from pronouns like I, me, you, and your. So please avoid writing the phrase, in my opinion, or I think, anything like that. Don't write that. The reason we want to do that is we want to remain objective. So if you write, in my opinion, it is your opinion, but we're reading your paper, so we understand it is your opinion, but we also want it to kind of be like a science experiment a little bit, where you're looking at the paper, you're looking at the characters like through a microscope or something like that. You want to remain as objective as possible, okay? Does that make sense? So let's go to paragraph 2 here, and we want to focus on the similarities between the two characters. So again, if you look at that PowerPoint that I put online, I have an example statement up there. But essentially what you just want to do is write a 3 to 4 sentence, you can go longer than that, paragraph about how they're similar and different. In the third paragraph, you want to focus on their differences. So the main thing that I'm going to be looking at, and the reason why I assigned this, is I want you guys to practice embedding quotations within your own writing. And what that means is you need to go back to the story, you need to go back to the book or the podcast, and you need to find examples to support your opinion, okay? So what I mean by that is, let's say you said, I don't know, Macbeth is trying to impress Lady Macbeth, okay? So you need to find a line from the text that kind of gives you that idea. So one really good line, I think, is when Macbeth says, I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent. So Macbeth really can't act without something like a spur makes a horse go. He can't really act until something makes him do it. Just like Justin doesn't really act until something makes him do it. So what we want to do here is we want to take this quote and we want to embed it, so bury it in our own words. One really simple way to do that is just to say, Macbeth says that. That's all you have to do. That's a really easy way to do it. So you could put a comma. We always close it off with quotation marks, and quotation marks right here. Now, if this is the end of your sentence, we're going to erase this little period right here. And we remember doing this in class before we left. You're going to put a parentheses. You're going to put the author's last name. So, who wrote Macbeth? Yes, Shakespeare. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to put the act. So it comes from Act 1, put a period, the scene, scene 7, and then put the line numbers if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. But I looked it up. It happens to be 25 through 27. Parentheses, and then you put a period right there after that, okay? So again, if you look at that PowerPoint presentation, all of this, I go over it in a lot more detail in the PowerPoint presentation, but I just kind of wanted to show you, this is a really easy way to put a quotation in your writing. Now, after this, all you've got to do after you put this quotation for the rest of your paragraph, tell me why. Why'd you pick this quotation mark, again, without using personal pronouns? So Macbeth says that, I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent. He shows that he can't act. He's like a horse without a rider. And cannot realize his goals without a stimulus. Okay, so again, there are 2 sentences right there. This is one more at the beginning. you're done. Okay, so I hope this helps you out in writing that paper. If it does, awesome, and if not, I'm always available by email. Please make sure that you shoot me an email, and I'll be more than happy to explain things in more detail. Okay, great job, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.